This is The Rumor Report with Angela Yee on The Breakfast Club.
So listen up.
Well, Bill Cosby's sexual assault trial just ended with a jury that was deadlocked on all counts. He had faced 3 charges of aggravated indecent assault on Andrea Constant, and if convicted, he faced up to 10 years in prison. But the jury were unable to come to a unanimous decision after they deliberated for 52 hours. So it was a mistrial. Here's what Bill Cosby had to say.
And I want to thank the jury for their long days and their honest work individually. I also want to thank the supporters who've been here. And please, to the supporters, stay calm. Do not argue with people. Just keep up the great support.
All right. Now, Camille Cosby, his wife, also released a statement that she had read by a member of their PR team. Here is what her letter said.
How do I describe the district attorney? Heinously and exploitively ambitious. How do I describe the judge? Overtly arrogant and collaborating with the district attorney. How do I describe the counsels for the accusers? Totally unethical. How do I describe many, but not all, general media? Blatantly vicious entities that continually disseminated intentional omissions of truth for the primary purpose of greedily selling sensationalism at the expense of a human life.
How Bill Cosby's wife sounds so young?
No, that's the PR team reading her statement.
Yo, I ain't gonna lie. I thought the same thing. I was like, there's no way she sounded like that. And then I was like, nah, it has to be a transcript.
She got an 80-year-old body and a
You guys didn't hear me say,
vocal cord.
Here's the statement that Camille Cosby put out, read by a member of their PR team?
No, I definitely hear that.
I didn't hear that.
Okay, well, I said it. And in addition to that, though, prosecutors have announced they are going to retry the case.
They are?
Yes, so
We
it's
gotta
not
leave that
over.
man alone now, man.
So it's not over.
They're spending too much money on this case. He's what, 85 years old?
79.
Leave it alone.
They want to give him a life sentence in jail, man, which would be a year. A life sentence would be a year
It's
for
gonna
Bill
be
Cosby. At
longer
this point.
than a year, man.
All right, now, All Eyes on Me opening weekend. How do you guys think it did? Now, they had estimated that All Eyes on Me was going to do between 17 million to 22 million, but it ended up doing 27.1 million in the debut weekend. And the movie had a budget of $45 million. So that's pretty.
There's no way. There's no
That's
way.
a solid opening.
There's no way that movie had a budget of $45 million. There's no way. I don't believe that. Where did that rumor come from? That's a bad internet rumor.
Variety?
Straight Out of Compton. No, Straight Out of Compton budget was 28. So how? I don't even think it was 28. I think Straight Out of Compton budget was like 13 or something. I don't know. Or 25. How Pac got a $45 million budget and they got iPhones in the movie?
There's no iPhone. Well, I didn't see it. Is there an iPhone in the
There's
movie?
no way that movie had a budget of $45
Straight
million.
Outta Compton made $60 million in the first week, just to give you some perspective on how much the movie made in the first week. All right, so
You
that's
seen
how
the
the
movie,
movie
right?
did. Yeah, I saw it. I saw it last
What
night.
you thought?
I thought it was. Listen, I know people have a lot of jokes about it and are saying how terrible it is, and I think it's a difficult movie to make because it's Tupac. Tupac is legendary. I thought it was okay, but it wasn't great. It was decent. It wasn't riveting.
What made it decent?
Wasn't,
What didn't you like about it?
I mean, I think some of the characters that they casted in the movie didn't do it for me. I think it's hard to put all of that into a couple of hours because there was a lot of things that didn't really go as far in depth as I thought it should have.
I haven't seen it yet, so I don't have an opinion on the movie thus far.
Me too. I haven't seen it yet.
But I know that the reviews that I'm seeing are making me not want to see it.
Not
But
too
thankfully,
good.
I'm the type of person that comes to my own conclusions about things, but I haven't seen it yet. But I ain't no way in hell that movie
but I
had a
can see how
$45 million
difficult
budget.
it would be to try to cram all of that in. It's just too much. It's too much. Like, you got to do one section of his life. It just starts with him being born, even before he was born, when he was in his mother's womb, and when the movie ends, when he gets killed. And that's a lot of time to really try to carry. 25 years.
But did they have iPhones in the video?
I didn't see any iPhones, so I looked too because people kept saying that. I did not see that.
I seen a video of Tupac Millie rocking, and I don't know where that came from. I saw that.
All
on
right, well,
Academic.
Jada Pinkett Smith had some issues with the movie because she felt like the scenes that she was pictured in were not accurate. She said that on Twitter, "Forgive me, my relationship to Pac is too precious to me for the scenes in All Eyes on Me to stand as truth. The reimagining of my relationship to Pac has been deeply hurtful." She said, Pac never read me that poem. I didn't know that poem existed until it was printed in his book. Pac never said goodbye to me before leaving for LA. He had to leave abruptly, and it wasn't to pursue his career. I've never been to any of Pac's shows by his request. We never had an argument backstage. Well, L.T. Hutton, the producer, responded to Jada Pinkett Smith. Here's what he said.
Kind of disappointed and just hurt by the accusations that it wasn't depicted or what I can't remember the exact words she said. You know, it all came from the truth, you know, in places of moments of her actual dialogue and ideas that Pac actually had. Like I said, I created this film and what you call created the Holy Trinity. It's who Tupac was, who he wanted to be, and who he had to be to survive the world that he was introduced into. So each part of the film, you'll have the things that, okay, that's who Tupac was. And then you'll have moments where it's like, oh, that's who he wanted to be.
I don't understand if I didn't see the movie, but if she was in the movie that much, why didn't they talk to her?
I don't know what happened with them reaching out. From my understanding, they did try to reach out to her, but I don't know exactly what happened.
Look, man, if Jada Pinkett Smith said it didn't happen, it didn't happen. She was there, all right? I'm not arguing with Jada Pinkett Smith. Exactly. I'm not going to tell her, no, you was there. This is what really happened. No, if she said it didn't happen, then it didn't happen. And they say Straight Outta Compton had a $28 million budget. You trying to tell me that this Pac movie had more of a budget than Straight Outta Compton?
I read that it had a $50 million budget.
I'm looking at it right now on Box Office Mojo and IMDb. $28 million budget for Straight Outta Compton.
With Ice Cube involved, I don't think that the Tupac movie had a bigger budget than that.
No way.
I don't think so.
No way.
But hey, I don't know.
All right. So, I mean, but there are some parts of the movie that you would like. So
I'm going to check it out
Take it all with a grain of salt, but I know it's funny to everybody to drag it online. All right, I'm Angela Yee, and that is your rumor report.
Were they really playing Call of Duty in the studio?
That's what I heard. I heard they were playing Call of Duty during the scene.
Come on, guys.
And I definitely heard he was performing Hail Mary. How Pac performed Hail Mary? And Machiavelli album came out after he died.
They did have Hail Mary.
That doesn't make no sense.
He performed it?
But I don't know
but
how
I'm
that
not
happened.
making no decision.
In my head, I was thinking maybe that song he did before that album came out, way before.
I didn't see the movie.
And then he had the single and...
I don't have
no
opinion about the movie. I have not seen it.
All right. Well, thank you for those rumors, G.
The Breakfast Club. Every weekday morning. Tune in.